there, welcome back to my channel, and hey, welcome back to another reality star celebrity news edition as we go in for a tactical reality. BuzzFEED.NEWS.com shares that Hannah Brown and Kenya Moore prove beauty queens are tough on special forces. Former Bachelorette Hannah Brown and Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kenya Moore say their pageant backgrounds helped them succeed on Fox's competition series Special Forces. Getting berated by military vets on Fox's reality show Special Forces, World's Toughest Test, might seem humiliating, but the insults and demands are just a small sliver of what former Bachelorette Hannah Brown has heard during her time in pageants and competitive dance. Brown was one of 16 celebrities partaking in training challenges at a military-style camp on Special Forces, where contestants only left if they self-eliminated after challenges became too difficult or an injury prevented them from further competing. Brown proved to be a major standout. In the season's finale, Brown and Olympic soccer player Carly Lloyd were the only two players to make it to the end. This is impressive as Brown doesn't come from a traditional athletic background, but she does come from the pageant world. She competed as Miss Alabama and Miss USA 2018, and it's this type of training that may have proven an unexpected asset on Special Forces, as it also was for her fellow contestant Kenya Moore, a cast member from none other than the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Miss USA 1993. Moore and Brown were the last two non-athletes standing in the series. Moore self-eliminated in episode 6 after a previous knee injury prevented her from completing a challenge. Still, the 52-year-old outlasted 9 fellow contestants, including Spice Girl Mel B, Olympic gymnast Nastia Liukin, Jamie Lynn Spears, Anthony Scaramucci, Chef Tyler Florence, and Dr. Drew Pinsky, among others. Brown and Moore proved there's more to being a beauty pageant queen than just swimsuit competitions. Hannah and I, even though we are many years apart, we have the mental toughness and that fortitude that it took to stay in the game and stay focused, Moore told BuzzFeed News. She described her pageant experience as pretty much like war. This type of fortitude, finding composure, and intense physical and mental stress is a skill that pageant alums know well. They often train for years in all areas they are judged on: looks, interview, grace, talent, and often, yes, swimsuit. They have to be well-rounded and focused to progress in the pageant world. Special Forces up the pressure for contestants to crumble by having former military personnel yell at them. The contestants weren't supposed to talk back and were encouraged to simply reply with yes staff or no staff. However, several celebrity contestants, usually men like retired NFL player Danny Amendola and former NBA star Dwight Howard, lost their cool and talked back. But Brown and Moore never broke. Not on Special Forces, and not for Brown when she was humiliated growing up in a dance class where a teacher would single her out and make her feel insecure. And not when a pageant coach told her she had a bulldog forehead. I haven't really talked about this, but I started getting baby Botox at 22 years old because my pageant coach told me my face looked like a bulldog when I talked and had a lot of expression, Brown told BuzzFeed News. That's harsh. Brown also said pageant coaches told her to bleach her hair platinum blonde and that she needed to lose 15 pounds because she had thunder thighs. Yeah, that's really encouraging. Anywho, that was the ugly side of the pageants, but that's what a coach did, she said. They tried to make you the very best, and sometimes that was very brutal criticism. And I would say the very best by whose standards? Anywho, Hillary Levy Friedman, a sociologist and author of Here She Is, a book that takes a historical look through a feminist lens at beauty pageants, told BuzzFeed News that the Miss USA pageant, which Brown and Moore both competed in, was created to make the swimsuit portion more prominent, and competing in the swimsuit portion means being muscular. Friedman said the only way women competing in these pageants would obtain the desired pageant swimsuit body, which Friedman said is not something she promotes, would be if they lifted weights and were physically strong. This is, of course, in addition to the mental work it takes to put yourself on display to be judged. People are often dismissive of pageants, but the actual competition is very intense and requires a lot of mental discipline and knowing how to pace yourself, because it's not just a 2-hour show that you would see on TV, Friedman said. It's many days of competition and many days of appearances. This was evident in the February 1st episode where Brown failed one of the challenges after falling while trying to walk across two small metal poles that were suspended in the air. Afterward, a staff sergeant sarcastically asked if they judge Grace in the Miss America pageant, which is something Brown has also competed in. When she tells him they do, he responds with, "You're kidding me. I couldn't tell." Brown walked away from the interaction, seemingly defeated. However, Brown told BuzzFeed News the insult didn't actually faze her. I was like, okay, whatever. But also, is that the best you can do? She said, laughing. If a dance teacher came in or a scary pageant girl came in, I would have been more rocked than these guys yelling at me. A pageant alum who knows how to juggle dating multiple men at once and train alongside military vets, all while being filmed for reality TV? Now that's impressive. Okay, so, I'm curious if anyone has actually had an opportunity to watch this show, Special Forces. Now, I didn't actually get a chance to watch it. I did see little peeks of it here and there on previews. And, being a veteran, I would say that it did pique my interest somewhat because of the competition effort that was a part of the show. So that's something I should have actually maybe zoned in a little bit more on, but you know how it is. Sometimes things get real busy around here. So I didn't get a chance to actually get into diving into that season. But from what I saw and the reports about it, it looked like it was a good show. So if you did get a chance to watch it, catch any of the episodes, go ahead and drop it in the comment section and let me know. And also, now Kenya Moore, our beloved Kenya Moore from Real Housewives of Atlanta, she has shared that basically she had to be eliminated, or eliminated herself rather, due to an injury. So I'm curious, as she was one of the few that remained at the end, do you think that if she was able to hang in there, she would have actually won this competition? Because I'll be honest with you, just off of watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'm pretty sure Kenya would have did everything in her power to be the number one slot. You remember Kenya Moore hair care? Oh yes, she was gonna be on top. But nevertheless, I would say this is so true. A lot of times people can judge things or judge people for certain actions or things that they do, and that always get the real persona of that individual. Just because you're in pageants doesn't mean that you can't go ahead and get yourself in a competition and actually win it. I definitely would say, as a cautionary tale, you should never judge a book by its cover. But anyways, I would love to know your thoughts about the show if you actually did watch it. If you didn't watch it, then drop that down at the bottom as well. And yes, I guess that will end this Quick Take Reality Star Celebrity Edition. And I'm so glad that you were able to pop in for a watch. Of course, if you are new here, hey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, be part of the family, because we would love to have you. And if you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a like so we can get it circulating around to many others. And let's add on more family members while we're at it. So with that, I would say, go ahead and take care, okay? Be safe, be blessed, and until next time, bye.